You're releasing a new album, Softly Softly, on August 25th. What's the album about?
There's a concept behind it, of course, but really it's about love. It's what most films are about, what most books are about, and that's what Liraz and I wanted to share with people. What we have in our relationship is what we'd wish for everyone, that everyone could have that kind of love and happiness. That kind of harmony between a man and a woman isn't so easy to find these days.
Yeah, but let's talk about the track itself, how we wrote it and where it all happened. We actually wrote it, my friends, on a trip to New York, that iconic city full of passion.
Inspired by the atmosphere in Manhattan. We were writing the music right there on Wall Street, driving around the city and soaking up the atmosphere, watching the people go by.
And look at the footage in the video. We actually shot it ourselves on a phone.
The vibe of New York and our own. The video shows these two people moving through this whole material world, but nothing can break the bond between them or pull them apart. They move through it all together, and even though they're part of this world, they're almost like one person. They're happy together, no matter what's going on around them. It's that sense of unity within them, something they carry in their hearts.
Because people often let the outside world become more important than the bond they share. Think about it. People often speak more respectfully to strangers than to the people closest to them. How you look on the outside starts to matter more than what's going on inside. And in the end, you start treating your inner world the same way. All this superficial stuff, this material world, it ends up owning you. And that's exactly what we're using our creativity for now, to push back against it.
This superficial idea of love that the media and pop stars keep selling us. We want to push back against all of that. This idea of what love is supposed to look like, what success is supposed to look like, and show that it's not real. It's all fake. Fake light, fake love.
If this resonates with you, join us, follow our channels, and stay tuned. I've got another question about the album. What's the vibe of the album? Where would you recommend listening to it? Like, is it something you'd listen to on your own, maybe to reflect a little, on a date? Or are there dance tracks, maybe some disco?
That's a great question. We actually mix a few different styles on all our albums. There's some rap in there too. We've got some rock, pop, trance, indie pop. It's really a hybrid sound. It's hard to put it into one specific genre. It brings together a lot of different elements, and each song has its own mood. And honestly, you can listen to this music in all kinds of situations.
So everyone can find something in this album, a song they can relate to in their own life.
Yeah, and it keeps things interesting. A lot of bands stick to one style, and after a while, you can get tired of hearing the same thing. You end up picking one or two tracks from the whole album and just listening to those. With this album, though, the songs all belong together, but they're still very different from one another.
So your audience is pretty diverse?
Yeah, because we write our songs for everyone.
And here's something else I'm curious about. You translate your songs into different languages. Is there a word or concept that just doesn't translate?
Yeah, it's called Yichudim. You can connect everything that happens to you in this world to your spiritual roots. You become a kind of bridge, a channel between heaven and earth, between the spiritual and the material. And that's what we call Yichudim. And we really hope that it catches on worldwide, that people everywhere learn what it is and start practicing it, because it really does make people happier. My wife and I practice Yichudim all the time. It helps us stay connected to the soul we share, to each other, and to God. That's what love is, my friends.
So that's the secret, Yichudim.
The real key is Yichudim, but you can only fully understand what it means once you actually practice it, until you've experienced it for yourself, even just once. You can actually experience it through these songs and this music. It's like meditation. But it's not quite meditation. Meditation is more about turning inward, letting everything else fade away, and for some people, it's simply a way to relax. For us, it also involves prayer, connecting with a higher power, feeling a response from above, and wanting that connection with God. There are elements of meditation in it, but there's prayer in it too.
There are lines in the song like, with no prying eyes, and softly, softly, as if to say you don't have to shout about your love. You don't need to shout about love? But how else will people know that this kind of love really exists, the kind so many of us dream about from childhood? These days, love is often made to look cheap, so we don't shout about it. We sing about it. But at the same time, we keep it subtle. We sing about it without saying everything outright so people can pick up on the hints and feel for themselves what we're trying to express through the lyrics.
That's why we sing these songs. We don't just write lyrics, we study the divine laws behind how everything works. We use those principles to shape both our music and our lyrics, and we know how to use those same principles to create harmony in a relationship. If people don't know these principles, they can't really build that kind of relationship. Of course, one song isn't going to change someone overnight, but it can spark that desire. And once they want that, they'll start looking for answers, where to learn more about it and how it works. They're happy, they're doing well, and I'm not. Maybe that'll make someone ask the question, leave a comment, and we'll answer.
So you do have an answer to that?
We do, and we're already sharing it. You can't really keep it to yourself. They have to genuinely want it for themselves. Their happiness depends on it.
Is there a secret to a successful relationship? I think a lot of people want to know how to meet the right person, how to make a relationship last, and how to build something healthy and harmonious together.
What exists between two people. It's not about me expressing myself or her expressing herself. It's about the two of us creating a shared space where something else can emerge. And that third thing is what we call a human being. That's how God created us. Man in the Garden of Eden. He didn't create a man first and then a woman. He created the human being as both male and female, as one whole, one single being. Why is music such a good way to feel this? Because music is that bridge between the spiritual and the material. What we experience on a spiritual level can be hard to explain because it goes beyond words. But music lets us put those feelings into words and lyrics and express them in a way people can actually feel. So the person listening can enter that same state and understand what we're feeling.
Can we watch a bit of the video just to get a feel for what you mean?
Okay.
Softly, softly, love is filling us up. Softly, softly, with no prying eyes. Softly, softly, love is filling us up. Softly, softly, with no prying eyes. No words.
What we're trying to convey is that there are two parallel realities, one material, one spiritual. When you see or hear the AI-generated version of us, it's our way of hinting at the material reality. But when you see us as we really are and hear our real voices or our music coming through that AI layer, we're showing you something deeper, a person's inner world, the part you can't see. And we want to show people that what's inside matters more than what's outside. That's where real happiness and abundance are. Everything people keep looking for outside themselves but can't find. That's really the core idea behind our duo. We also reflect that in the color palette you see throughout the video. The palette is purple and black. If you close your eyes, you'll see those same colors inside yourself. They're part of your inner world. None of it is random. Everything in our music and videos means something.
So they're like two contrasting colors? Or do they complement each other? So what do they represent?
They go together, like masculine and feminine, inner and outer. But that inner layer is invisible. People don't really see it. You only really see it when you close your eyes. That's when those colors appear. That's what makes it so interesting to look at. People are drawn to these colors because they're searching for something within themselves, even though they live in the outside world. When they see those colors within themselves, something in them begins to wake up, like they're remembering that inner state.
A lot of people are actually afraid to open up. And when someone opens up and shares their story, that kind of honesty immediately draws you in. And a lot of people spend their whole lives hiding in that shell, afraid to come out and show who they really are because they're scared of being judged or getting hurt. And after years of living like that, people can even forget who they really are.
I'm really looking forward to hearing your new album.
Which platforms can people find you on? You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. So we try to reach people across all platforms.
And if you have any questions about the ideas behind our music, just reach out. We'll be happy to answer.